Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Well, based on the title of the video, you probably know what we're doing today. We are going to go to the Cave of Ordeals, which I actually looked it up, that's what it's called in the game. But to get to it, we actually have to come across something a little familiar. If you don't know what that is, you will find out very soon. And apparently we could have done this a while ago. This would have made the one section of the game where we had to get all the little owl bits a little bit easier. Whoops, not warp, turn into human. It would have made that easier, but, you know, whatever, we didn't. But we can definitely do it now, and we have to do this to be able to get to the Cave of Ordeals, by the way. Let's see, you, come here. Oh, dang it. Could you fly somewhere useful? Anyway, that is the piece of the bridge of Elden, which is the giant bridge that's broken. Oh yeah, we have some friends here. This will help us getting here because now we don't have to take the cannon over anymore. Now we can actually have a warp portal that leads straight into the desert, though. That being said, there's not a whole lot of a reason to come here after we've done this. Okay, now we got you two guys. Hello there. Please create the warp portal for me. Oh yeah, I wanted to say, I recorded a little video before this, but I'm actually going to put it after the video. It's completely unrelated, mind you. But it's just something I happened to find while getting ready to start the video, and I decided to record it. So, a little extra bit onto the end of the extra video. Yep, we'll worry about that in a second. We gotta get the Poe sword first. Bum ba da da dum. You got the Poe soul. And we can finally get this out of the way. This is the Bridge of Elden piece. We're gonna warp it back to the Bridge of Elden. I know this is kind of out of the way of what we were doing, but we have to do this before we can go to the Cave of Ordeals. Midna's teleporting abilities once again become quite useful. And we'll warp there for good measure. So I'll take the chance to say this now. This is going to be a very long video. This will be in the playlist, the YouTube playlist, so if you happen to get to this point and you're wondering if you have to watch this, you do not have to watch this if you do not desire. There will be no story in this video. The only thing that will be in this video... Yeah, we got a bridge piece back. Now we can actually go on the bridge. It's a very scenic view, is it not? You've got the, oh, especially with the morning music coming. You've got the castle all surrounded by twilight. You've got very foggy forest over towards Death Mountain. There's also something we could do here to get a heart piece, but I might do that later. Yeah, we'll do that later. Anyway, but if you're wondering, this is not part of the story. This is simply me going through the Cave of Ordeals, which will definitely take a while. So if you feel so inclined, you do not have to watch this. There will be little gain for you if that's what you're looking for story. But if you're wanting to see me go through the Cave of Ordeals because I'm going to do it anyway, then feel free to stay. Now that that's all out of the way, I will not be doing what I did in Wind Waker and cutting this up into little bits and stuff. I will be keeping all of this as whole video. It might be cut into multiple videos, of course, but this will all be like one whole video. And believe me, this is very long. Your power is a gift given only to those with confidence to wield it. Yeah, sure. Hello there. So basically, the Cave of Ordeals is all about defeating an enemy, Then you get the door open in the next area, defeating an enemy, and so on and so forth. And the game progressively gets harder. Like now, right now, you know, fighting a single enemy, fighting rats, absolutely no trouble. Oh yeah, I did want to say, how was I going to say it? Oh yeah. I did something similar to this in Wind Waker. There was a similar area where you could go through and fight a bunch of enemies, but I ended up cutting it up into bits and pieces just because I didn't like the idea that, yeah, I didn't like the idea of keeping it all together. I didn't know exactly what to do with it. But if I was smart, I could have made it into its own separate video like this, and done something with it. Oh, and by the way, the enemies will drop buttloads of rupees for us. I mean, they won't drop more than usual, but because we're literally just fighting enemies here, they'll drop tons of rupees. So at some point, especially if it gets hard, we might put on our magic armor. Whoops, my bad. Also, turning to wolf form might help with some of the more numerous enemies. Oh my gosh, I'm circling around you too fast. And down you go. Give me your rupees. I think also, let me check, but I think also the floor in these rooms, maybe not all of them, but some of the floors have dig spots. So if I ever find myself running into a particularly hard enemy, which believe me, there are some pretty hard enemies. I mean, this is supposed to be the part of the game where you actually get challenged a bit. Like, I think, now I don't know if I'll do really well or really poor this time, but in the past, this is the only place that I've really been forced to use a potion before. Because while the enemies don't drop you hearts in here, they drop you rupees so you can use your magic armor. And every 10 floors you get a fairy spring, I think, to give you health and whatnot. And I think every 10 floors you also get the option to leave, though I will not be leaving. Not only is that not something in my goal, I have way too much health products to possibly even think that. And let's put on our bomb arrows. The cool thing is if there's ever some really hard enemies, you can sometimes kind of snipe them from the platform that you start out up top. Also, this cave is a decent way of making money fast if you've extinguished options like treasure hunting. Because as you can see, the enemies drop pretty good amounts of loot in here. Okay. Oh, you little guys. You guys are fun. I bet there's probably, now that I think about it, I bet there... Why can't I hit that ruby? I bet there's probably, like, some people who, like, brag about how they have, like, the record for like, running through the Cave of Ordeals the fastest. I bet that would be something people would try to speedrun. Yeah, but see, like this, if I wanted to, I could just go and, like, snipe some people out. Give me your monies. I don't know, it feels like every good game. Oh, hello, Fairy Spring. How you doing? How's it going? Oh, hey there, lady. How you doing? Don't appear to be clothed. At least not completely. Don't shift around too much, otherwise I'm gonna have to edit this on YouTube. Welcome, hero, to the Cave of Ordeals. I am the Great Fairy. I reign over all fairies of this realm as their queen. You sure picked a bad place to set up shop. In praise of your efforts thus far, I will release fairies to Ordon Spring. Oh, that's the thing. Now all you need to have need of the ancient power that allows to walk along a cliff without a single foothold. Oh, so what they do is, first off, oh, so you can't heal in here. Okay, so maybe it's a little harder, but I do have fairies available in the Ordon Spring area, which is kind of cool. Free fairies are always nice. Oh yeah, but so to continue, they're saying that you have to have the claw shot, so I guess I could have come here much earlier, but I would have been prohibited from continuing to some degree. And they do this just, I guess, to keep you from fighting. Oh, good lord. Hello, friends. How you doing? Just gonna grab your friend's armor. Oh, no, it looks like to actually get through, it looks like we'll actually need to have the spinner. Which, I mean, we do have, so no real issues here. Let's, oh, no, the hook shots are so, if you find out for whatever reason you decide to go in here and don't have the spinner, you can actually get back out. And I'm going to hopefully use this to keep from getting mobbed by small creatures when I land. Oh, good lord. Look at all the violence today. So much violence. Violence without measure. Okay, spinner time. And that's just, I guess, to keep you from progressing a little too early. Oh, yep, this is one of the floors where they give you 2 jellies, which are really cool because if you need, you can actually use them to regen some health. Though we are plenty fine on healing products, so no need for silly 2 jellies. I think this might be one of the room with stuff on the floor. Maybe. They do them periodically. At least I thought they did. Still doing okay on health. I'll use the fairy first, and then I'll use the other specialized ones if I need it. I guess if I wanted to say something, this would be the perfect point to say it. I should try to come up with really cool things I've always wanted to talk about. Let me think. Oh yeah, so it may seem, considering that I have done 2 Legend of Zelda LPs on my channel, like I've done Wind Waker and then I've gone through part of this, that I, like Legend of Zelda, and you would be right. I'll give you a short history of my Legend of Zelda games. Hello there, friends. Sorry, got slightly distracted. I think my first Legend of Zelda game was something on the Game Boy. Was it Link's Awakening? Was that on the Game Boy? Shows how much of a Legend of Zelda fan I am. Oh, dang it. There we go. But so I had the game, I'd had the game and I really enjoyed it. And actually what happened one day, because I had the original Game Boy. Or was it the original Game Boy? This might have been a Game Boy Color I played it on. I'm so confused now. Anyway, back to the story. But so, and I enjoyed playing it a lot, but what happened one day, I remember it was actually raining and I was playing it outside. I just remember it being like the saddest day of my life for a while. Of course now it means almost nothing, but it was. And I dropped the Game Boy and the screen broke, and me being a young child of, 2nd grade, so 8 years old, I didn't have the money to replace it, and my parents, you know, weren't going to buy it for me. You know, I had to buy game stuff myself, so if it broke, it was my deal. Which, you know, I definitely appreciate that they did that. Taught me not to drop my things, or else I don't get to play with them. You know, if they wouldn't bought me it, I definitely wouldn't have learned that lesson. But I remember that was the first one I played. Oh, so we'll make sure to get him. Actually, this might be a good point to transform into a wolf and just take everyone down. Bum ba da da dum. You got the pose soul. And oh, yep, more friends. Actually, now that I think about it, that's probably not the first one. I could say it's the first one I played, the first one that I owned, maybe. But the first one I ever saw was Ocarina of Time. Because I remember I used to go to a friend's house, and they used to play this game, and the only thing, you know, they didn't play the game for the story, of course, you know, because this was back when I was 5 years old, I think. 5, 6? Was I 6? No, I was definitely 5. Definitely 5. And, they would play Ocarina of Time. I didn't know it was Ocarina of Time at the time, mind you. Murder everyone! I didn't know it was Ocarina of Time at the time, per se. All I knew was that it was a game where you rode around on a horse and you fished, because that's basically all we did. We never really played any of the story. We just, you know, played in the field and stuff. And, you know, I thought that was the coolest game ever. I really did. Oh, hello there. Oh, let me tell you what. That yellow one... Well, is that yellow one... There was a blue one. Oh, I forgot they can mix. And when they mix, they turn purple. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but so that was my first experience. I kind of want to see how big they can get. That was my first experience with the Legend of Zelda game. And I thoroughly enjoyed watching it, but I never knew what it was until later, in my teenage years when I finally figured it out. Which was pretty darn cool when I finally did. And, you know, so I got to play it, you know, and I thoroughly enjoy Ocarina of Time. You know, one really good Legend of Zelda game. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what comes next. Oh, middle school. Middle school's next, so this would be about 6th grade, so maybe 12 or 13? Does that sound about right? Is when I played Wind Waker, originally. And, I very, very much enjoyed that game, you know, because I mean, what's not to like about Wind Waker? It's a very fun game. Oh, hello there. I will continue my story after we talk to the lady. How you doing there, ma'am? You care to put some fairies somewhere? Oh, please stop shifting around. I don't want to have to edit this video or anything. I am impressed you made it this far, hero. In praise of your efforts thus far, I will release fairies to Faron Spring. From this point on, you will need to have the power that allows one to break through massive frozen blocks of ice. If you want to give up the fight for now and go re-equip yourself, you can return to the surface. Which, of course, we already have that, and considering that we're doing pretty decent on health still, I think we're okay. It's kind of creepy music now that I think about it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but so I played that, that's when I originally played it, and this was actually back in the time, like I think before high school. I really didn't finish video games, that just never was a thing that I ever did. You know, I never finished video games all the way to the end. And, but as I went on, you know, as I got to that point, that was probably one of the first major games I ever finished. And, you know, and so I was proud of that. That was, you know, one of my finer shining moments, so to speak. Oh gosh, are they the invisible guys again? I think they are. We'll deal with you in a second. Hold on. Hold on. Transform into wolf. I hate these things so much, they're so annoying. Ooh, there's a dig spot right there. We'll investigate that in a bit. Now, what do you have here? Oh, yes, hearts. Yeah, so this is a pretty convenient way. They do it every once in a while where you can regain a few hearts. And it should help us keep our hearts up for now. What to say next? Oh, yeah. And, you know, so I've played a few other Zelda games. Like, I've played, I'm trying to think of anything in specifics. Well, there's a buttload of rupees here. Not that I need them. Here, just so I stop complaining about how many rupees I have. See, look, watch this. Wait till he hits us. Yeah, when he hits you, you take a sudden deduction in rupees. I think it's like 10 or 20. I'm not sure how many. But, with this armor on, we wouldn't be getting hurt, but it's a good idea not to keep it on when we don't need it to save our money, because believe me, there are some tough enemies in here that we will really wish we had this for. Oh, no, no, no. I don't want to deal with you guys in the normal way. That just is not fun. You know, and I played a few other Legend of Zelda games along the way. You know, enjoying them more or less. I played a little bit of the original Legend of Zelda, though, mind you, I haven't played the whole thing. Yeah, I don't know what's about it. It's very, very difficult. Like, you know, I mean, that's how a lot of older games are, is that they're made difficult to extend the life of the game. Which, I mean, it's a common technique in older games, because it took so long to make them, and you know, stuff like that. Bye, guy. We could have used like a hook shot or something on him, I imagine, but that wouldn't have been nearly as fun. Or maybe, I guess ball and chain probably could have broken this, right? Yep. That would have been a good idea, considering that our bombs are limited in here. Oh, yep. We do have to use bombs on you guys. Oh, wait, no. Ah, excellent. That'll save us some bombs. I didn't know, you know, I've never fought them with this. Let me think. Because this is a required item to get to this point, by the way. Yep, just breaking threads with a ball and chain. There we go. Everything's dead, more or less. Oh wow, I just leapt over you to murder your friend. I'm just glad there isn't a little cutscene every time the door opens like the first time. That would have been annoying very quickly. Spin attacks are really the way to go here. Massive damage. Area of effect we got going on. Kind of. Or at least targets multiple enemies type thing. Oh no, you hurt me! Stop that! I don't like it. The yellow rupees are the most important. I keep forgetting to finish my story, but at some point I played this game, and, well, at this point I think I was... See, when did the Wii first come out? I played this game about half a year after the Wii first came out. I think... Gosh. It's actually kind of old, isn't it? Like, all things considering, now it is. can't remember. Anyway, whenever the Wii came out, add a year to that, and that's when I played this game. Because I remember I couldn't get a Wii for like a year or something. It was crazy because, you know, of how the huge demand of Wiis originally. And but I really did not want to play this on the GameCube. I wanted to play it on the Wii because I wanted a Wii. You know, I really wanted to be able to do that. And when I played this game, it you know, it might sound blasphemous, but I felt like at some points, you know, at some points obviously not, but at some points I almost put it higher than Wind Waker, and maybe on line with Ocarina of Time, just in terms of how great it is. And I did that because, you know, I very, very much enjoyed it. And, you know, I still enjoy it a lot. It's a lot of fun. It really is. And the best way to defeat you guys probably be arrows. Is there like a place in this room I can stand and not get murdered? I just want the yellow rupee. You can have everything else. Okay. But I enjoyed this game very, very much. And I still do, you know. And I mean, I've said it before in some of the Let's Plays, in some of the episodes of the Let's Plays, but I think the reason why I enjoy this game the most isn't just because, you know, it was a new Legend of Zelda game, which definitely helped it. You know, I do enjoy a good Legend of Zelda game, but because of how different it is. You know, people complained about Wind Waker because they thought it was childish, and to some extent, I can definitely agree with that. You know, Wind Waker was a bit more about the child, but at the same time, you can't say it was completely childish just because of the graphic style and, you know, just because of this and just because of that. It was an amazing game in its own right, and there's a lot of things about it that I really like. There's a lot of things about it that I don't like, but there's a lot of things about it I really like. Its graphic style has nothing to do with it that much. Although, once again, for the game, it looks quite beautiful, and that Wind Waker HD thing that's coming out, that actually has come out, I'm pretty psyched about it. And I currently don't have money to buy it, and don't have the time to play it, but I really want to buy it. I really do. And really, you know, it was a great game. I enjoyed this game a lot too, just because of how different it was. Because all the other Legend of Zelda games, you know, especially Wind Waker, I should stop doing that, especially Wind Waker, had a much more childish feel to them, or at least maybe they weren't dark, they were always kind of happy as an overall theme. Even though the evil was happening, even though this, you always knew you were going to win. And then they, oh, please no, that's going to hurt. They pulled this out of their pocket. They pulled Twilight Princess out, which, you know, I'm sure you know already, seeing it. It's a much darker game, you know, grittier, it's got a darker theme to it. I mean, a huge part of the game is just about darkness. No, please, the Poe's gonna get away. Dang it. No, don't hit me, don't hit me. Don't tase me, bro. You tased me, bro. You tased me, bro. Oh, wow, you somehow missed me, but he didn't. I'm losing so much health in this room, it's not funny. This isn't even a difficult room or anything. Good lord. I hope there's some hearts on the floor here. You got the Poe soul! There are hearts in this floor, I sure hope so. This was a brutal room. Just simply because I kept getting tased and then hit by the invisible enemy. But yeah, this game, you know, it's a lot darker, grittier. Even the ending, even though the ending is happy, like all the games, they always, you know, for the most part, have a happy ending. Oh dang! Actually, this might be a good thing. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I have an idea. Assuming we can find that red one. Oh no, we already got eaten. And the only one left, the only yellow one was a lantern oil one. I'm tired of these enemies. They're so stupid. I love how Midna freaks out about them, though. It definitely makes them seem like a much more of an enemy than if she didn't acknowledge them at all. It's a very cool touch they put in. And no hearts? Okay, no hearts. Oh, wait. Hearts, maybe. One heart. I'll take it. And I'm assuming no more.